Hey guys, so one of my favorite channels, Cinemasins, did a video on Supernatural Pilot recently on their new TV Sins channel. So naturally, or shall I say supernaturally, I want to do a response video to their annoying but usually hilarious little nitpicks. The pilot is one of my favorite episodes of the show, and season 1 in general is my favorite season. So I'll be defending its awesomeness in this video and see if I agree with Cinemasins on some of their sins of the pilot. Because some of them are very valid criticisms, but most are, for the sake of joking, funny little nitpicks, which they admit they're not serious critics, so I give them that. Nothing is wrong with Supernatural, especially season 1 to 5. Okay, fine. Even season 1 to 5 had minor issues you can nitpick, but its awesomeness strongly outweighs any small nitpicks you can find.
Reading.
Oh, come on. I know most of your criticism are jokes, Jeremy, but just in case you're serious, showing the date and location on screen is important to the plot, and it's not nearly as bad as narration, which I agree with you can be annoying. See the irony here?
Hey, Dean.
Daddy!
Hey, buddy.
Daddy Negan.
Brilliant.
Who taps like this on a light when they flicker? Wouldn't you accidentally burn your hand trying to screw it in tighter first? If there was a company that could create light bulbs with a supernatural resistant setting, they would make a mint.
Okay, so we all know tapping on things and or turning them on and off is a magical solution for everything. Alright, just kidding. But yes, it is a cliche that in paranormal movies and shows, lights always flicker to signify an entity being present, but this might as well be based on a real life cliche if ghosts do exist and happen to do that to lights. So you might as well send real life ghosts.
There is no way these blood drops came from the body that he is looking at here. The geography just doesn't work, unless of course she's one of those rare anti-gravity bleeders that I've been hearing about so much lately.
Okay, fine, you win this one. Mary's suspending body is nowhere near as bad with Sammy. It's one of those filming goofs you can really nitpick if you want, once you think too much about how scenes set up and all of that, and of course you do, so fine, you get this one.
What does Denny Duquette think he's gonna do here other than get himself killed?
Okay, I never liked to watch Grey's Anatomy, but funny reference for fans of it, I guess.
I get the need to save your wife, but she was not only on fire, but pretty hard to get to, since she was on the goddamn ceiling.
As far as the nitpick in this scene, logic doesn't always work for people experiencing severe trauma, so I agree that John wasn't acting logically because he wasn't thinking straight, he was acting emotionally. I'll also add that this shot with the flames blasting through John's whole body into the camera behind him should have totally burned him to death, but of course he re-emerges completely unharmed in the following scene.
Why is this firefighter still sitting in the truck this long when all the others are already out doing their job? You really wanted that super artsy door handle opening from the outside shot, didn't you?
Okay, this could be an additional fire truck that just arrived at the time the shot was taken. We hear multiple sirens in the background indicating the presence of not only cop cars, but an ambulance and this one fire truck we see, but possibly others. It happens.
As the camera Michael bays this Jessica introduction, can I ask a serious question? Is there a more generic Halloween stereotype than the slutty nurse costume, even in 2005? It's clear that the super in Supernatural does not stand for super progressive.
Okay, agreed, but that same generic Halloween outfit is still used today in real life, so you might as well send millions of humans.
To be there like 15 minutes ago.
We're running late, but it won't matter to anything in the plot or ever be mentioned again, cliche.
Okay, not every single line of dialogue in a movie or a show has to matter to the plot or lead to something significant. People talk about mundane, casual things all the time. Shows and movies basically recreate that, and of course they have element of fiction and fantasy. So that's just over nitpicking there.
And where's your costume?
I guess she's not aware that he's just ahead of the times, considering the Sam Winchester jean jacket surprise becomes a very common costume at sci-fi and horror conventions just a few years after this.
Yes, Sam is ahead of his time. Good for you, Sammy.
Hey, it's gonna go great.
Better.
Padalecki, Palicki, Palicki, Padalecki.
Okay, that's a funny one, considering everyone outside of Supernatural fandom seems to always butcher Jared's last name, and in many cases Jensen's first and last name. So, great jokes there.
What would I do without you?
Not watch Friday Night Lights or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I'm guessing?
Yeah, and probably not Vampire Diaries or Twilight either, which is good for Sam.
After 13 seasons of this show and counting, I'm almost positive that the CW network guidelines are A, all characters must be insanely hot, and B, they must wear as little clothing as they can get away with.
Okay, first of all, the show was under Warner Brothers at first before it merged and became CW later, so that's actually Warner Brothers rules at the time. Now the boys actually rarely get naked and they wear 3 layers of clothing to shield them from Vancouver's depressing cold.
easy, Tiger. Dean?
Really, show? I know it was dark in the room, but you aren't going to notice the person you are fighting with for a full minute is actually your brother?
Okay, considering the fact that Dean is basically a creepy intruder in Sam's apartment in the middle of the night with the lights off, the last thing he would be thinking at this point is that it's his brother, even if he resembles him in the dark. So let's give Sam a little bit of a break here along with the show.
Also, why would Dean not immediately say this? He's lucky Sam didn't grab a knife or a baseball bat with barbed wire on it that his dad left him.
Because Dean is a jokester, that's part of the fun of his character. He obviously wanted to prank Sam by making this creepy intruder entrance as opposed to simply knocking on this door like normal people. At least that's what Dean used to be like. Fun. I miss those days. Okay, and the barbed wire thing, that's a hilarious Negan reference once again. You get this one.
Let me put something on.
No, I wouldn't dream of it.
Well, that line's aged about as well as an apple core.
No, whatever you want to say, you can say it in front of her. Dad's on a hunting trip.
Based on their family history, what did Sam think Dean meant in the first place? This really shouldn't be a surprise.
Okay, that would be a good point if Sam really didn't get what Dean meant was that first time with his casual tone, but what I think really happened is Sam knew what Dean meant the first time but still dismissed it as a casual monster hunt and wasn't too worried about his dad. Then Dean made that iconic emphasis with his second delivery of the same line that ended our social lives along with actual life with Sam's girlfriend.
Dad's on a hunting trip. And he hasn't been home in a few days.
Jess, excuse us. We have to go outside.
But still, the way we grew up after Mom was killed, and Dad's obsession to find the thing that killed her. But we still haven't found the damn thing.
Show sure is shoving a lot of story into this little brotherly squabble. Family Feud's position?
Okay, fine, I gave you that the exposition is obvious, but it's also awesome because it's part of the brotherly banter dynamics the creators want to establish early on. Otherwise, it would just be cliched exposition uttered by mindless characters like in horror movies, for example. J2 make everything better, that's just a fact of life.
I slowed the message down and ran it through a gold wave. Took out the hiss, and this is what I got.
First of all, no. Second of all, ran it through a gold wave? I mean, sure, gold wave makes audio software, but wouldn't you just say you ran it through gold wave? What is a gold wave? I never cropped photos by running them through a Photoshop or got emails by running them through a Hotmail. It's almost like he's just repeating words he saw in a script.
Okay, nitpick fest once again. Yes, he is repeating words in the script, obviously. Actors don't usually think about their lines and they're just trying to get their paycheck, especially early on in their career, like in this case. So sure, blame the writers for one wrong letter, man.
Will you come home with me?
Hell yeah.
Who cares that I literally found you at the side of the road in a tattered dress and you're talking like you took all the drugs? Even ghosts can rely on the power of boners to get things done.
Okay, great point, and the funny one. Who cares if she's hot when you're dead, right? That ghost is literally killer hot in this case.
Want me to leave?
The real question is, don't you want yourself to leave? Scary Lady took you to Scary Place and then Scary disappeared. Why are you even still here?
Again, agreed. Dumb horror cliche character is dumb. I don't feel bad for him dying.
Troy is learning the hard way that a supernatural handjob does not come with a happy ending.
Definitely not.
So how'd you pay for that stuff? You and Dad still running credit card scams?
Jesus, Sam, maybe say that louder. I don't think the people in the next town heard you.
For real, Sam was not very smart there, announcing his family's crimes in the loudest voice possible. So, valid one right there.
House rules, Sammy. Driver picks the music. Shotgun shuts his cake hole.
Wouldn't that technically be car rules?
No, because baby is the boy's house/home. So baby is not simply a car. How dare you just call her a car? Baby is love, baby is life, baby is everything.
What was your favorite props, Jensen, Misha, and Jared, like throughout the show? And yeah, I really love you guys.
Love you back. Thank
Favorite
you.
props throughout
Favorite
the show?
prop. Baby is not a prop. No. Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. No, baby is a part of me.
Who are you?
Federal marshals.
Can anyone confirm that this quick flash of a badge psychic paper nonsense works in the real world? I mean, even if they believe the badge blur, isn't there some kind of confirmation that would need to happen from above before a strange new federal marshal got to play 20 questions?
I'm sure it works in some cases, if not all, in real life. People rarely question authority, especially if the person is confident. Also, the obvious fact that this is a TV show, not real life, shows or movies are not supposed to mimic real life, but to be an escape from it.
No, sir, we were just leaving. Agent Mulder? which is Scully.
Show thinks that name-dropping characters from the show it obviously wants to be will keep me from sinning it for aping the greatest paranormal show of all time. Well, here's 5 sins for the copycatting and another 15 for trying to cover for it with a lame shout-out.
Okay, first of all, Supernatural is indeed inspired by The X-Files, which is indeed the greatest paranormal show of all time, and my all-time favorite alongside Supernatural. Second of all, Supernatural is not merely copying X-Files here and doing a lame shout-out. The X-Files crew and several cast members went on to work on Supernatural after the initial run of X-Files ended, so it's more of a show of gratitude and respect by constantly referencing their inspiration, and for some cast and crew, their ex-job.
Kind of this local legend. This one girl, she got murdered out on Centennial.
Good thing the Winchester boys run into people that give them the local urban legend talk instead of more logical paths that most people would take.
Okay, the boys didn't just randomly run into those girls, they actually got intel on the dead guy's girlfriend from the cops on their way there, and they were looking specifically for her. The fact that the girl mentions paranormal stories is due to the fact that their town had multiple cases of those mysterious disappearances, and she's encouraged by the boys to open up about that and what they think is happening, so it's not out of the blue.
I don't think he's been here for a couple days at least.
Because I'm an expert at deducing time frames from the smell of fast food.
Well, considering all Dean eats is fast food, this would kind of make sense in the show.
Alright. Jerk.
Bitch.
If this show did anything right from the get-go, it was the casting of the 2 leads. Jensen and Jared have great chemistry and feel like real-life brothers. Some of the other aspects of the show might consist of CW nonsense, but these two riffing off each other always gives the show the appearance that it's a lot better than it probably is.
Okay, this is the best and truest part of this video. Indeed, J2 makes Supernatural, and without them, it would have fallen apart a long time ago, especially after season 5. That's a perfect way to put it. That's why when we get less Sam and Dean in recent seasons, and other characters shoved in taking screen time from them, the show's decline in quality really shows. And that's what I've been preaching for the last 7 or so seasons.
Maybe I made some mistakes.
Like kidnapping Dana Scully? Man, this show is going out of its Dwayne Barry way to make you think of X-Files.
Okay, that's another hilarious X-Files joke, but again, it reinforces my point from earlier about X-Files cast and crew going on Supernatural and paying homage to their ex-jobs they love. Definitely an awesome thing, not a bad thing at all.
You have to go to the bathroom?
No.
Good.
Forget the paperclip. If you were leaving a suspect locked up in a room while you left, how would you not first remove every single thing from their reach?
Okay, good point.
Also, they don't have one other person around this station that could perhaps Jensen sit just for a few minutes.
Jensen said, okay, another good joke there. And I agree, that made no sense to me either when I first watched it and every rewatch.
Spider-Dean does whatever a Spider-Dean does.
Spider-Dean. Okay, that's hilarious again.
You can't kill me. I'm not unfaithful.
You will be.
So, is this ghost insinuating that forced kissing counts as unfaithfulness? Come to think of it, that guy earlier never actually did anything at all, other than agree verbally. Is this some sort of precog nonsense? Is there a paranormal judicial system that makes rulings on these cases so that the ghosts know who they are and aren't allowed to kill?
Yep, agreed once again. It makes no sense for the ghost to force guys to be unfaithful. It has to come from them to actually be true and meaningful for her to attack them. But of course, TV logic moment there, still better than season 6 and beyond.
I know it was 2005 and all, but these effects just look, shall we say, super unnatural.
Yeah, agreed once again, those look terrible. I blame the tiny budgets they had at the beginning. You should see today's effects. At least they were trying with what they had back then. Now, we have a field day when we see an Archangel's eyes light up.
Great twist, but what are the chances this would happen as soon as he got home? How did the demon even know Sam would be coming home at this time? And why is the shower running? I'm sure all these questions will be answered in the following episode, and we won't have to wait till the end of the season to find out what all this has to do with anything, because that would be at least 20 sins worth of bullshit.
Okay, the shower is running presumably because Jessica was about to take a shower but was ambushed in her bedroom by Azazel right before. The part about the demon knowing the moment when Sam would come back, well, he has been basically stalking him all his life, but yes, all of that will be explained later. Those are not sins. The show takes its time. No problem with that. We enjoy the ride till we find out about Azazel and his grand plan later.
Time to make it a rule never to get involved with possessed people.
Okay, that's sad but probably true considering how the show is going. Alright, that was it guys. I hope you enjoyed this new type of video. I'll link to Cinemasins' original video in the description. Go check it out and subscribe to them if you like. I really do enjoy their content and I did find their video on Supernatural hilarious, but a little too much nitpicky as expected. Any show or movie obviously have their flaws, but they also have their good, so I think a balanced approach of determining both is best. I personally enjoyed making this video and might do more of those types of videos in the future. Let me know down below in the comments if you enjoy them. Subscribe for more awesome supernatural content. Till next time, as always, no chick flick moments.
Awesome. That's awesome. Right. Come on.
You know what? You're awesome.
Thanks. You too, I guess.